and welcome to my channel. My name's Courtney. So I've created a little just get ready with me for my first ever one. Please be kind. Really hope you like the video, and if you do, please subscribe, because there'll be lots more videos coming soon. Why can't I talk? Yeah, thanks. Keep watching. So I'm going to start by priming my face. I got this one out of the glossy box. I'm just going to pop a pea size and then just massage that into my skin. Anastasia Beverly Hills, the Dip Brow in Soft Brown. And then I'm going to take it on a angle brush. And then I'm just going to carve my brows out. I will zoom this bit up because it'll take ages. And then I take a concealer then just to carve out any like mistakes or anything that I've made. So I always use the Collection 2000 the Lasting Perfection Concealer in the colour Fair, which is number 1. And then I'm just going to take a flat brush and then just carve out the brows. And then to set the brows in place, I use the HD Brow, the clear gel. And then just brush all them little hairs into place. So next up, I'm going to start with the eyes. I'm going to take the same concealer but in the colour Fair, which is extra fair, which is the colour 0. And I'm just going to pop this all on my eyes. It's going to act as a bit of a base for the shadows to stick to, plus it's really going to brighten that eye area. And then I'm just going to take a blending brush, which is just a Real Techniques one, and I'm just going to blend that all up to the brow bone. I'm going to take my MAC eyeshadow palette, and this is the Warm Neutral one. I'm just going to take a light colour first, just to act as a bit of a blend. I'm going to take this one, and I'm going to mix it in with this one as well. When you do your makeup, you always like a proper concentration face, like, or is that just me? Keep going back and forth. And then I'm going to take a darker shade, so in the same palette, I'm going to take a more of a browny purple one, and I'm just going to work this into the crease using the same brush because I can't bother washing the other ones. I'm going to keep going back and forth. And then, what colour to do? I feel like I want to warm it up a little bit, so I'm going to take the Morph, is it the Morph or the Morpher? I never know. I'm going to take this one and I'm going to take, as you can tell, I never have a plan with anything, I just wing it as I'm going along. So I'm going to take, I'm going to take this top one and I'm just going to fold that into that crease again. And then once I'm happy with that, I'm just going to take a smaller brush. I'm going to take a darker shade. So I'm going to go for more of the darker brown. It's like a browny black. And I'm just going to apply this just to my outer corners. Just to darken the outer side up a little bit more. In with the smaller brush and the larger brush just to add more colour and build that colour up on the outside while not blending it all over the eye, because I want to keep that darker shade just right on the outer corner. So I'm literally going to like half of the eye and back. I'm going to watch this back as well and realise that I just cannot explain anything to save my life. So I'm going to keep going back. I always feel like your eyes are like your brows as well. Like you always have one that goes really, really good and the other one that just looks a bit like... But I was always told they're always sisters. No. Is it cousins and never sisters, or sisters and never twins? Something like that. The Morph palette again, and I'm going to go for just more of this gold shimmer. I'm going to take that and then I'm just going to pack it on my lid. And then once I've done the top part of my eye, my lid, top part, oh my god. So for the face, I'm going to take the MAC Studio Fix in the colour NC25 and then the collection in Cool Ivory. So I'm going to mix this two. The reason is because I usually have tan on, so this is a little bit too dark, but then this is also a little bit too light for me. So I'm going to mix these two together. Beauty blender. I'm just going to work this into the face. So this was actually from Home Bargains and I feel like it's very similar to the Real Techniques one. Because sometimes I find that when you get the cheaper ones, they're a little bit hard and stiff, do you know, when you start to wet them down. Where I feel like this one's got the bounce like what the original ones have. And obviously it was really inexpensive. So I'm just going to keep dabbing that into my face until it's all blended. And then I'm just going to bring it down to my neck a little bit, just because obviously the colour match isn't the greatest at the minute. It's just going to avoid me having any lines. Has anyone ever tried the silicone beauty blenders as well? Like, how do you work them? Like, I just found when I was using them, I was just sliding all the products all over my face. Like, it wasn't like absorbing. I'm probably just not using it right, to be fair. well annoying. I'm going to go in with my concealer. Colour shade 0, which is the extra fair one. I'm just going to work out under my eyes. Obviously, I'm no makeup artist, so I just wing it because I like it looking like this. And then taking the same beauty blender, I'm just going to work that into the face. The Tom Ford one. Oh, sugar. As you can see, I like the contour, but I'm not too keen on the highlight. I think it's just because I don't know how to use it. So any tips would be helpful. Because I feel like by the time I want to highlight, I've put like all my powder on, I've put like my bronzer on or whatever, my blush, and then I highlight last. So then I feel like going in with like a cream one, it's just not sitting right with the powder. But then I don't understand why you'd put that on first. I don't know, I just don't know how to use it. So I'm going to take a small brush, and then I'm just going to not blend it out, just kind of draw out where I want that contour to go. Again, I'm no makeup artist, this is probably all wrong, but just how I roll. And then taking my beauty blender again, I just dab it all into the skin. And then once I'm happy with that, I'm just going to take a pressed powder. This is just the Estee Lauder one in translucent, and then I'm just going to pop it all over my face. I have really oily skin, and no matter like what I do, I just find throughout the day it just doesn't last. So if anyone's got any tips on what I can use to finish my makeup off, because I've been using hairspray, and I know you shouldn't be spraying hairspray on your face. The Hoola one. And then I'm just gonna kind of go in the same positions I went in with the cream one. And then I'm going to take the Sleek blush. It's the contouring and blush palette. I got this out of the glossy box and I absolutely love this colour. Oh god. I'm going to mix it though with the highlight just to soften it a little bit. And then before I put my highlight on, I'm just going to finish underneath them eyes. So taking a similar colour as what I was using before on the smaller brush, I'm just going to blend it under the... And on a fan brush, I'm just going to take some of the MAC Hyper Real Glow highlighter, and you should probably just use one colour, but I just kind of I'm going to line my lips. I'm just going to use a lip liner. Ooh, there's no hair. Why is the hair everywhere? So I'm going to take a lip liner, and this one's just from Primark. So I'm just going to So next up, I'm going to take the NYX Soft Matte Lip Cream. This is in the shade Abby Dabby, I think. So for hair, what I'm going to do is just going to put a bit of a soft curl through. So I'm just going to give it a brush through with my Tangle Teaser section, straight across ear to ear. And then what I tend to do is section the hair down the middle and bring it all forward. And I'm going to spray in the Ashley Hair Protein Spray. This is just adding all the nutrients back into the hair, as well as acting a bit of a heat defence as well. So spray that in and comb it through. And then I always like to start to the back and work my way forward. That way you can see, if you're missing curls or anything like that. So I'm going to take the GHD Soft Curl. I really love these just because it smooths the hair as it goes. So you can just blast your hair, leave it, and then curl straight with these, rather than other curlers where you're going to have to straighten it first with your straightener or hairdryer and then go in, because you just find that your curls aren't going to last as long, where with these I can easily get 2 to 3 days out of them, and my hair isn't the best at curling either. So I'm just going to start from the back, and then I'm going to curl away from the face, because just so it's going to give me more of that glam kind of look as well, whereas when you curl in you kind of lose that natural kind of curl look, as they say. And then what I always do is I'll clamp at the root and then just slowly spin till I get to the end. The reason for this is because if you clamp at the bottom and roll up, the heat is on them ends for the longest time, whereas if you're going from the root and slowly working down, you're getting more of distribution of a curl, and it's going to last longer and it's not going to damage them ends as much. So if you are curling your hair all the time and you're noticing that you're getting split ends and things like that, the reason will be from you clamping at the bottom and working your way up. So I don't know if you can see with that. I shouldn't have really wore black, to be honest. But you're getting a curl from the top all the way down, and it's the same amount of, what's the word? It's the same amount of width, curl, bounce and everything like that. So I'm just going to keep working my way till I get to the front. Again, always curling away from the face. This is going to give me that soft glam kind of look, whereas if I was to go in various different directions as well, you're going to get more of a defined curl when you're brushing it out. As you can see, I do prefer doing the hair to the makeup because I kind of know what I'm talking about a little bit more. And then what I do when I've let go is I'll just hold it just for a couple of seconds and then let it go, so it's just cooling in that curl rather than dropping. So if you've got long hair or really thick hair, or you don't really have any layers, it's either good to pin it first or just hold it a couple of seconds and then let it go. You will notice a difference as well, like with your curls, definitely. So clamp at the root, and then I'm just slowly spinning. I'm just opening that clasp just a little bit as well each time. Hold it on for a couple of seconds and then I'm going to drop it out. So you can probably see that one a little bit better. And then what I'm going to do is just take a little bit of hairspray and spray it on. So the reason for starting this channel as well is because we do a lot of the IGTVs on Instagram, but you can't get everything you want to say in 10 minutes, it's so hard. So we thought, why not come and join YouTube, even though I'm absolutely crapping myself doing this video. I don't know why. I do feel like I don't ever said before, I feel like it's like my first day at school or work, and like you don't know anyone and you're kind of like, hi. I'm just going to stop talking rubbish now. So clamping at the root, and I'm just spinning and spinning and spinning until I get all the ends in. And then once I've done that side, I'm going to give that one a little bit of a squirt. And then I'm going to take the next section down. Next I'm going to go, I always curl mine in 3 sections just because my hair isn't majorly thick. And I don't want them like really tight ringlety curls. So the next one I'm probably doing eyebrow. And clip that bit out of the way. And then again I'm going to section down the middle. Spray my Ashley Hair Protein Spray. And then start from the back and work my way forward. Just so, like I say, now I can see like if there's any straight pieces or anything like that. I know I've not missed them. And then for my final section, I'm just going to give it a brush through with my Tangle Teaser. I'm gonna, so where's my parting falling? So today my parting's falling on the side, so I'm going to curl this on the opposite side. So I'm going to part it down this way, pop that over to the other side. So when I flick it back to the other side, because it's all been curled this way, I'm going to get that all that height and body when I flick it back. So I'm not going to need to do too much back combing. So I'm going to spray my protein spray once again, just on my final section. And then I'm going to carry on curling. So this time on my top section, I'm going to try and get as close to the root as possible without obviously burning my scalp. Just because again, that's going to give me a little bit of body and height. Then I'm going to spray that and then do the opposite side. I went to Primark the other day as well. I go to New York next week, so I was going obviously the standard Primark trip that everyone does before they go away, and they've got so many like hair scrunchies, headbands and everything. It's so nice. I've literally spent about 30 quid just on hair accessories. Absolutely ridiculous. And then I'm gonna curl away. I don't know if I've packed some in my case or not. If I've not, I'll show them you on my next video because they're really nice. They were literally like £2, I think £2.50. They've got all like the hair clips and everything, you know, what are in fashion at the minute, and obviously very cheap. When I finish this, I'm going to go and finish Queen of the South. I am so excited. I think I've got like 3 episodes left of the new season. If you've not watched it on Netflix, go and watch it. It's so good. Literally, I can't wait. I'm so excited. I think I've like binged it in like 2 days. Honestly, it is so good. Flick all my hair back, and then it should go into my parting. I'm gonna move back just a little bit again so you can see. So I'm just brushing through with a wide tooth comb just to separate them curls just a little bit. So you can see just from, I've not really teased properly like back combs, but you can see the lift on that fringe just from curling it on that way. So that's a little tip for you guys. So I'll give it a little bit of a shake just to get a little bit bigger and messier. Just going to give it a final spray. What I tend to do with that fringe bit, like you just seen, is I hold it up and I spray it. And then that's going to give me a little bit more lift as well. And it's going to keep it in that like wave kind of look. So this is the finished look. I really hope you enjoyed my first ever YouTube video. Subscribe to my channel if you want to watch some more videos. It's all going to be based on hair and beauty. So yeah, thanks for watching and I'll see you again soon.